Yeah. Hey man, all I'm saying is, nigga, you always got something to say. It's like you don't shut up.
Blazing on the track.
A lot of niggas died 1865. Single Michael fled, highway ain't gon' let it ride. Everybody hot and black was never on your side. They too maps to tell your apps where you sleep at night. They put that white man on. Got you begging them for answers like that white man know. Had you swearing you was African, that's that white man home. Had you proud to be a savage, that's that white man's zone. And I ain't talking shit, this by definition. And being savage was our nature, y'all be non-existent. We done took your ass out when we was in them kitchens. Instead of showing you how to live and how to maintain business. White supremacy fake. Only way that shit real is if you do what they say.
Whatever it takes. The alleyway. I got the pain inside of the V. I got the pain inside of the V. Yeah. Yeah. All this pain inside of my heart. I got a flame on top of my heart. I got the streets inside of my veins. And I took heed when niggas was told. All this pain inside of my heart. I got a flame on top of my heart. I got the streets inside of my... All this pain inside of my heart. I got a flame on top of my heart. I got the streets inside of my veins. And I took heed when niggas was told. All this pain inside of my heart. I got a flame on top of my heart. I got the streets inside of my veins. And I took heed when niggas was told. I got the pain inside of the phone. I got the pain inside of the phone. I got the pain inside of the phone. Next to the wrecks, I never be bold. I got the pain inside of the phone. I got the pain inside of the boat. I got the pain inside of the flow. Next to the wrecks, I never be bold. I'm with the gang, the fuck it they told. You get changed for missing my name. And I be the flame when shit get dope. You should have struggled with torn apart. How to obtain and how to maintain is part of the game that never was told. Part of the game that never was free. Learning this life, you paying the price. No matter your choice, you paying the fee. Now I'm the nigga they paying to see. Now I'm the nigga they paying the fee. Keep it shit humble but stay in the beast. Ain't no place to play in the streets. Ain't no place for playing it safe. Only rewards for keeping it G. I got the pain inside of the V. All this pain inside of my heart. I got a flame on top of my heart. I got the streets inside of my veins. And I took heed when niggas was told. All this pain inside of my heart. I got a flame on top of my heart. I got the streets inside of my veins. And I took heed when niggas was told. I got the pain inside of the phone. I got the pain inside of the phone. I got the pain inside of the boat. Next to the wrecks, I never be bold. I got the pain inside of the boat. I got the pain inside of the boat. I got the pain inside of the boat. Next to the wrecks, I never be bold. I got the pain inside of the V. I got the pain inside of the V. I got the pain inside of the V. I got the pain inside of the V.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the American Aborigines in the chat, man. We about to get it cracking, man. Let's get straight into the intro, man. You already know to light it up. Make sure you hit that like button.
Whatever it takes. The alleyway.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me hear. I gotta sleep with one eye open. Trippin' making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stirrup. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling deep my stomach. Paranoid, yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open. Trippin' making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stirrup. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling deep my stomach. Paranoid, yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I put attention, all in my blood, all in my veins. They started with Perky, now that hair on them is veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with dealing, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, trippin' making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the string, I know the
Suave on the track.
whatever it takes. The alleyway.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me
I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. I won't let them, they won't see me, I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. I can't let them, they won't see me, I put attention, all in my blood, all in my veins. They started with perky, now that hair right up his veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with dealing, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. I won't let them, they won't see me. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. I can't let them, they won't see me.
Lost see, I glossed too, we shit ain't been the same. Heard the ops talking to the.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. It's your brother, Big Aboriginal Power, man. Y'all already know the vibes, man. We feeling good. It's Grand Rising. How y'all feeling? Gonna make sure all the audio is good. How y'all feeling this Grand Rising? Let's play this last little jammy jam, man. We're gonna get right into it, man. Let's get it.
See, my life has been in motion. I'm a little windy. I'm not giving up yet. If you with me, time to place up your bet. Ain't no turning back, got niggas who ran. When we caught his ass, got caught in that jam. Yeah, you know who I am. Yeah, you know who I am. I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. Yeah, you can feel it coming. Fake love, that snake you in your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it.
And the snake gonna show his face, cause that's how God wrote it, man. Shout out to the American Aborigines, man. It's a beautiful time to be an Aborigine, man. Damn, it feel good to be an Aborigine, man. Shout out to Threads 3000, Job Bricks, and my brother Trey Ali, man, for putting it down when it comes to this Aboriginal content in hip hop format. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I got a fire bill for y'all guys. Y'all see the title? Why do history books lie about the true meaning of 4th of July, man? We're gonna be breaking that down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, share the live stream. We about to go in. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I want to say shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Peace and blessings. This is the Wake and Bake Show. Great Grand Rising, man. I want to shout out to everybody that's tuning in, that's not able to chat in that's not able to type in the chat right now. So shout out to you guys for tuning in and watching the live stream. I do want to take the time out to shout out some of the brothers and sisters that took their time out to comment in the chat. So let me take this time out. Shout out to Hyena Chief. Shout out to Pop Reed. Shout out to Pop Reed, okay, Wilmore Reed. Shout out to Enoch. Shout out to Jesse Stevenson, Khalil Finch, Dre Cobb's Music, Elizabeth Young, Don Philly 215, You and I 1, Elizabeth Young, Jesse Stevenson, Frank Burton, Snake Guys, Shamel Thomas, and Turtle Island Niji. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I need everybody to hit that like button. First things first, hit the like button. That's going to push everything out in the algorithm. That's going to get everybody clicking in. You know what I'm saying? That's how this shit work, off of niches and likes and interactions. If there's no interactions, no liking, no commenting, they're not pushing the algorithm. They're not pushing it out in the algorithm. So I need y'all to work extra hard by sharing the live stream. I need y'all to click the link at the bottom where it says share, copy the link, go share it on all your social media outlets. Go to the bottom of the screen right now, the live stream. Go hit the share button, hit the copy button, go make a post on all your social media outlets. It's your brother, Big Aboriginal Power. You already know the vibes, man. We feeling good out here. How y'all feeling out there? This is the Wake and Bake. And don't forget to support the channel, man. Cash out tags at the bottom of the screen. We definitely appreciate all the support from everybody that support the movement, man. Shout out to Boss Player in the building, man. How y'all feeling, man? Can we get some fire emojis in the chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear? We got 45 people in here, and we only got 19 likes. Can we get the likes up as well? Let's get the likes up. We're going to get straight into this audio. Let's get these likes up. You know what I'm saying? Share the live stream and drop them fire emojis in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. We want to make sure the audio is crisp. You understand me? This is the Wake and Bake Show, man. Let me light my wood up. Is it that time? Yeah, it's that time. Light the woods up, man. It's time to get it cracking. Time to get it cracking. So how y'all feeling out there? We got Khalil Finch, everybody out there dropping the fire emojis. All right. Well, let's get straight into it, man. We don't want to wait any longer, man. Let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into it. Y'all ready? Drop them fire emojis. Hit that like button. Let's get it.
With significance of July 4th. Ew. Get that open. The true significance of July 4th. What is the significance of July 4th? Yeah, open this one. The true significance of July 4th is that it is an astronomically tagged date.
Hey, you said they call Trader Jack Vulture. I got you, gang. What y'all smoking on this Grand Rising? Before we even get to the rest of the audio, let me know what y'all smoking on and where y'all at this Grand Rising. Maybe smoking on peanut butter bread. I see my man say he's smoking on sherbet head. I see my man say he's smoking on some Gorilla Glue. You know what I'm saying? What y'all smoking on this Grand Rising?
In indigenous cosmology, it is tied to the 13th degree of the fourth polarity of our universal way of measuring how things influence us here on this planet. We call it indigenous cosmology. The bastardized method of it
Purple
is called
Ranch, London Pound Cake, Gelato. That's what's up.
And the fourth house represents the family. And that 13th degree of that polarity has an intricate connection to the star system Sirius. Right? Very intricate connection. And it also represents the conferring of an opportunity to operate as a jurisdiction by Aboriginals to what we now call the United States of America.
Y'all pay attention.
Opportunity to operate.
Pay attention. Shout out to my brother Tayshawn. Shout out to N. Jones.
It also represents.
Shout out to Infinity. Drake Cobb Music. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody. Sean Harris was good. Craig Lloyd, what's up?
As a jurisdiction by Aboriginals to what we now call the United States of America. The central figure of this discussion on July 4th in history is a man named Charles Thompson. Charles Thompson was the international representative appointed by a black man here in America. Now you say, why are you saying black? It's okay. It's a colloquial term. Aboriginal chief. His name was Tidishon. And his
name was what?
12 other
let's get this nigga name.
A black man here in America. Now you say, why are you saying black man? It's okay. It's a colloquial term. Aboriginal chief. His name was Tidishong.
Tidishong.
He and 12 other chiefs created what we now know today as the Continental Congress. They created the Continental Congress in the year 1758.
You know what else happened around 1758? They started the destruction of Tartaria. The War 1812 was all about destroying the ancient empire. The Chicago World's Fair was all about destroying the last evidence of the great empire, whether you want to call it Atlantis, Tartaria, whatever. Ancient Amaru. It's all describing the same place. It's all the same system. Like you said, the oldest term you might want to call it doesn't mean it's the first term that they call it. You understand that? I'm going to prove that, man, that the War 1812 was them covering and destroying evidence of the ancient empire.
That is 16 years before you are historically taught that the Continental Congress was formed.
Let's run that back a little bit.
As the Continental Congress. They created the Continental Congress in the year 1758. That is 16 years before you are historically taught that the Continental Congress was formed. The Continental Congress was not formed in 1774. It was formed in 1758. Tidishong appointed Charles Thompson to a position that he was never removed from, never voted on by anybody inside of U.S. jurisdiction. I really need you to bring the people in so you can listen to the legal, lawful, political, historical, and cosmological nature of what I am.
You hear that? We're going to be breaking down all parts of this 4th of July. History, historical, cosmology. What else he say? Let's run that back. That's what we're breaking down.
So you can listen to the legal, lawful, political, historical, and
cosmological information, breaking down the true meaning behind 4th of July. This is why history books lie about the true meaning of 4th of July.
And cosmological nature of what I am about to say within the next hour. Particularly here, the history and the lawful side. Who appointed America's first?
I need y'all to hit that like button, man. We just turning up, man. Support the channel. Y'all can only hear this exclusives, man. This is exclusive. Make sure you hit that like button. Hey, Khalil Finch, man. Hey, I already sparked up, big dog. You a little late, man. Spark up time already. If you ain't sparked up in the chat, this is the Wake and Bake Show, man. Make sure y'all like them woods up. We better get straight into this info, man. Let's go.
Say within the next hour. Particularly here, the history and the lawful side. Who appointed America's first officer of government? First officer of government. The first officer of government for the United States of America was an appointing of Charles Thompson, who wrote in the journals of the Continental Congress all of the information and kept the information at the will and appointing by Tidishong, who was the chief of the tribe that we now call the Shi, who were mistakenly called the Powhatan, who were afterwards mistakenly called the Delaware.
And then who was stolen by these people called the Lenape. So let's run that back. This is the history that the Lenape try to play off of, y'all.
the tribe that we now call the Shi, who were mistakenly called the Powhatan, who were afterwards mistakenly called the Delaware. There is no Delaware.
Khalil Finch. I know who you is, Khalil Finch. You ain't got. Oh, hold on. Hold on. My bad. I didn't mean to stop this. I be confused, man. So we got Khalil and then we got Khalil Finch. Y'all niggas be turning up. Y'all must be cousins, man. I'm rolling the spliff right now. I'm finna spark. Oh man, y'all niggas lit, man. I need both goddamn Khalils to drop fire emojis in the chat. That's dope, man. And y'all both on the Zaki. And y'all both watching Big Aboriginal Power right now. Do y'all believe in a parallel universe? You feel what I'm saying?
Mistakenly called the Powhatan, who were afterwards mistakenly called the Delaware. There is no Delaware tribe. Powhatan is not the name.
And what's crazy is about the two Khalils, y'all both ask and tell me the same thing. AP, spark up. Y'all both say the same shit. Y'all sure that ain't the... Y'all be confusing me, man.
The name of a tribe is the name of a ceremony, and it denotes something about called of the tribe.
These niggas be confusing the shit out of me, man. Khalil Finch and Khalil. I thought y'all was the same niggas, man. Damn, I hate getting tricked. Big Chief, fuck you crackers, man. How you let those niggas get me like that, kid?
That we now call the Shi, who were mistakenly called the Powhatan, who were afterwards mistakenly called the Delaware. There is no Delaware tribe. Powhatan is not the name of a tribe, it's the name of a ceremony, and it denotes something about...
I ain't gonna lie, I would have thought y'all was the same nigga if I wouldn't have seen y'all conversating with each other. Like, yo, what's up, Khalil Finch? Yo, what up? Like, yo. You know what I mean?
Mistakenly called the Delaware. There is no Delaware tribe. Powhatan is not the name of a tribe, it's the name of a ceremony, and it denotes something about the calendar keeping of a particular people. At the time, they were in Virginia. And turn this on. And again, you have not been taught in any political science class, in any law class, in any history class, that the first officer of federal government, meaning the group coming together, the group of colonies, all right, was appointed by someone who was indigenous.
Or what we would colloquially call black, social politically call a black person. So the first federal government agent was appointed by a black man who allowed them jurisdiction here. We about to break that down. I want y'all to pay attention to this closely. Let's get it.
Law class, in any history class, that the first officer of federal government, meaning the group coming together, the group of colonies, all right, was appointed by someone who was indigenous. There was no vote to get Charles Thompson to be the Secretary of Continental Congress, to have him put in that position. And he is the most important figure of the 1700s in regards to history, political science, and law in United States history. If there is one person that can defeat what I am saying, Google, search, pull out your books, call on your lawyers, fact check me, CNN fact check me, and you won't be able to. And this is important because T.D. Chong was of the lineage of Chief Tammany. Chief
T.D. Chong is of the lineage of Chief Tammany? Oh, shit. Now we about to get into some history. If y'all don't know who Chief Tammany is, I want y'all to type in y'all chat and y'all Google Chief Tammany. Type Chief Tammany standing on a turtle, and you're going to pop up a statue of a nigga, Indian, Aboriginal, indigenous brother standing on a turtle downtown Philadelphia on Market Street. This is very significant because he controlled the area that we call Pennsylvania and Delaware. Okay, he allowed a lot of these first settlers to come settle here, like William Penn and things of that nature. Let's get it.
Chief Tammany was the black chief who met with William Penn in 1683. Lineage of Chief books. Call on your lawyers, fact check me, CNN fact check me, and you won't be able to. And this is important because T.D. Sean was of the lineage of Chief Tammany. Chief Tammany was the black chief who met with William Penn in 1683 and formed what we know of as Philadelphia, which became what? The capital of this nation, where
I'll put it in the chat.
Declaration and the Constitution were written.
I just spelled it in the chat. Make sure y'all go look it up. Chief Tammany.
Philadelphia, which became what? The capital of this nation, where the Declaration and the Constitution were written.
Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that in the beginning times, Philadelphia was the capital? It's where the independence and the Declaration was signed at. Why? Why is that significant? Why was it signed there? Why was this the capital? And if anybody familiar with the Philadelphia area, if you can type in Art Museum, downtown Philadelphia, right? You're going to see a picture of a building. And that building is actually the first, quote unquote, White House, if you will. That's where a lot of the government businesses and contracts would have been signed at. Okay.
And Chief Tammany was of the lineage of Powhatan. And Powhatan is a glyph. Powhatan is a glyph that symbolizes the 4 cardinal points of the year. Powhatan. 4 stones.
So when you hear about the Powhatan, they called them the Powhatan because when settlers came and seen those particular tribes in Virginia that was connected to the ones in Philadelphia, that was connected to the ones in South America and Texas, right? They seen them practicing their ceremonial event. And then that ceremonial event was called the Powhatan. And this is how they became the Powhatan tribe. In all ceremonies became a powwow, right? A powwow came from the Powhatans, right? That was their ceremony that the Europeans first saw happening here, celebrating the winter, summer, spring, and fall solstice. All right, this is some heat, man. We about to drop this shit.
4 stones. And those 4 points of the year. Powhatan. Powhatan is a glyph that symbolizes the 4 cardinal.
Man, if y'all fuck with Big Al channel, man, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and please share the live stream. Hey, if y'all feeling free, please support the channel. Cash App tags at the bottom right of the screen. We just getting started, man. We're gonna be cooking on this.
Points of the year. Powhatan is a glyph that symbolizes the 4 cardinal points of the year. Powhatan. 4 stones. And those 4 stones represent the winter solstice and the summer solstice, the spring and the fall equinox. It represents calendar keeping, and it gets very advanced. And the word Powhatan is allegedly Mayan. There's no people called Mayans. Columbus named them that.
So what he's saying, in other words, is that the Mayans would have actually been called Powhatans as well. They would have been called the Powhatan as well. And that language, we'll get into the language, that's another bill. But these same people from Philadelphia, Virginia down to South America is the same people practicing the same culturally events, all right, around the same time of the year.
That mistakenly, they were called the sheep. Allegedly Mayan. There's no people called Mayans. Columbus named them that mistakenly. They were called the sheep. And Powhatan first shows up as a glyph in their, check this out, in their linguistic system. And if Powhatan shows up in their linguistic system, in Mexico, what we now know as Mexico, tell me how the hell the word got to Virginia. Tell me how Powhatan, whose first encounter with Europeans, said he had approximately 200.
Hey, you on to something, Hyena Chief? You on to something?
Tell me how Powhatan, whose first encounter with Europeans, said he had approximately 200 other Indians with him who are as black as the devil.
If you don't believe that, you can go and look up John Rolfe's letter about the about him meeting Powhatan, and which is potentially Pocahontas' father. They talks about his army, his soldiers, his platoon, his troopers, being 200 niggas. These are aboriginals. These are niggas from Chief Tammany to the 200 niggas behind them to behind. You know what I'm saying? These are niggas. I just want to keep this in mind. When you say indigenous, we mean niggas.
That's their description of him. Powhatan, the chief, with 200 other Indians with him who are black as the devil. Where are those black as the devil Indians right now?
You talking to them?
They are damn sure not on any reservations.
No, we not. I'm not.
They're not on any reservations. So we have the name Powhatan coming from Mexico. Not only do we,
Nigga want to know where they at. Shit, it's about 106 of them in the chat right now. Shout out to them motherfucking black Indians, man. Them aboriginals, man. Them 200 dark as the devil, man. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man.
have that. In 1758, I need you to get these facts. When the tribute was paid to 13 chiefs, it was paid in money from Mexico City.
What's in Mexico City? Omex, La Venta. He bringing it out. Let's get it. Y'all ain't listening.
Paid to 13 chiefs, it was paid coming from Mexico. Not only do we have that, in 1758, I need you to get these facts. When the tribute was paid to 13 chiefs, it was paid in money from Mexico City. It wasn't paid in money from Great Britain. It wasn't paid in gold from the colonies. What I'm about to unload to you, you have never heard. Okay, so now we're following the lineage. The word Powhatan is a glyph in the She language, so-called Mayan. It shows up in Virginia, and there's a chief named Powhatan. And there's a ceremony. When you say powwow, it's really from powwow. Powwow is a ceremony. It's the solstice and equinox ceremony. It's not the name of the tribe. And then the Powhatan get invaded by the British, and there's a general named Delaware who tries to impose this name Delaware on them. They were never Delaware. T.D. Shung was black. Chief Tammany was black. Chief Powhatan was black.
And the
And we know the Mayans were black. Right. Literally, with locks. Black with locks. Now we just dealing with phenotype because they're.
Now, when he say black, he means nigga. He don't means the literal shade of black. This is a social political context. So he's speaking in colloquial terms when mentioning historical references. In other words, these people phenotype would have been Negro. This would have been the dominant culture who would have been operating and running things here in America. You got Chief Tammany, which is a nigga running shit in the north. You got Emperor Brim. You have Emperor Brim in the south. The Lower Creek Emperor was also a nigga. Let's get it, man. Hit that like button. Y'all feeling this bill? Drop them fire emojis in the chat. We just getting started. Let's get it.
Black, and we know the Mayans were black. Literally, with locks. Black with locks. Now we're just dealing with phenotype because there are genes that make this hair, bruh. And you can't fake having the precursors to the gene and the genes to make this hair. You can't fake that. They say don't use the eyeball test. Oh yes, we can use the eyeball test. Check out what I'm saying to you. Now let's go further. Chief Tammany met with William Penn and they created something called Philadelphia. It was a little village. If you've ever been to Philadelphia, the jurisdiction of Philadelphia at the time that William Penn was conferred this land by the Shee, misnomered Powhatan or Delaware, was between Franklin Square, Washington Square, Rittenhouse Square,
and Market Street,
and Logan Square. That was the jurisdiction.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So what he's saying is that for Philadelphia in the 1700s, when Chief Powhatan allowed William Blount to settle here, Philadelphia was only a 4-block square radius. It ain't what you see today. It ain't the 3.4 million people that you see today. It ain't that location that you see today. It was only the downtown area that we call downtown Philadelphia today. That was the whole city then. That was all of Philadelphia. It was a 4-block square radius, okay? I want y'all to keep that in mind as he's explaining the history of Philadelphia. All of this would have been going on in a 4-block square radius that was designated to them. It ain't like they chose that spot. We gave them that spot. There was a reserved spot that we gave them, that the niggas gave to them, okay? I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button, man. Hey, if y'all want to support the channel, cash out tags at the bottom of the screen, man. I told you we coming with heat every day this week. Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I say we coming with heat? I did. So share the live stream. Let's try to get 200 people in this live. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it.
That was the jurisdiction. So we have in our minds that they took over all this land. They didn't. They had little villages and they were interacting with a whole group of people. So by the time you get T.D. Shung, who is Chief Tammany's grandson, Chief Tammany's grandson, T.D. Shung appoints Charles Thompson, right, to be the secretary for the Continental Congress.
Hey, Free Papa. Hey, the buildings there are a lot older than William Blount history here. Though when William Blount came here, they had occupied those buildings. So that means those buildings had already been established there. And we know how long it would have took to build something like that. These things was already in operation. They had been a live-proof and trial-proof. This is the history that you're slipping out on. It's the little bitty things that's not really detailed. And if I could bring it in visual, meaning if I could turn this into a movie for you, you will be able to get the vivid pictures and be able to see the outline. Shout out to the American Aborigines, man. Let's get it.
That's a fact. I put that in the Lost Aboriginal Heritage. I gave the sources from the treaty that took place in 1758. But Charles Thompson starts a group called the Sons of Saint Tammany, also known as the Sons of Liberty. These were the people who worked with the Aboriginals to form their governing societies. Sons of Saint Tammany, Sons of Liberty. Charles Thompson started it. He was the head. and the other people came in. Now, you remember me saying that Benjamin Franklin stole the identity of Benjamin Banneker.
If y'all haven't seen that, I will be doing that bill later on this week. I will be doing the bill that Benjamin Franklin is not Benjamin Franklin. He's in fact Benjamin Banneker. And Benjamin Banneker was one of the biggest industrial inventors of our decade, of our time. We're going to break down their history. We're going to prove that the same place that Benjamin Banneker was born, Benjamin Franklin was born. The same place he lived as an adult in Philadelphia is the same place Benjamin Banneker lived in Philadelphia. We're going to break down all the specifics about this, man. It's going to be a dope bill. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Let's get it.
People came in. Now, you remember me saying that Benjamin Franklin stole the identity of Benjamin Banneker. And his name was not Benjamin Franklin. We gave you all of his other names. I wrote a whole book on that. Yep.
We'll give it to y'all. Shout out to A.V. for the Cash App donation. He said for American Aboriginal history. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the support. Shout out to my brother A.V. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Don't let A.V. be the only one to support Big Aboriginal Power channel today, man. Make sure y'all support the channel. It's a beautiful day to support it, man. We rocking out with this Aboriginal shit today. Let's get it, y'all.
Whole presentations on that. Because when you see this flag, I'm going to reveal some things to you. I'm going to prove my point with empirical evidence. So now where are we? Where are we? We're at the meeting of 13 indigenous jurisdictions, 1758, in a place now that's now called Eastern Pennsylvania. And these 13 indigenous jurisdictions who are in a confederation come together, appoint Charles Thompson, and say, look, this is what it's about to be interacting with you little villages. This is what it's about to be. You cannot come past the Appalachian Mountains because you're sipping over into our jurisdiction. We had to kidnap some of your people. We're holding them in these indigenous jails, and we coming to you to sit you down. That's what happened in 1758. And this was the start of what we call the Grand Council Fire or Continental Congress. Continental Congress.
So the Continental Congress, according to the information we just heard, was not started in 1774. It was started in 1758. According to the information we just heard. I just want to keep y'all up to speed. Let's get it, y'all.
Was started. See this flag with 13 stars in a circle in blue. This red, white, and blue is from Mexico. The red, white, and blue are a part of standards that were amongst indigenous people. We got all of the photos to prove and everything. We already put them in books and PowerPoints and lectures. This red, white, and blue right here is ancient. Am I trying to get you to worship the American flag? No. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show you they stole all of these concepts and they are encrypted and coded in Masonic lore, hidden in.
Like for instance, let's look at the red, white, and blue on the screen that we have here. Big Al going to insert as he finish up. Let's deal with this red, white, and blue on the screen. Get rid of the names. Let's look at it. What did he tell you the people was called, that they was misnomered as? The Powhatan. The Powhatan stands for the 4 seasons, and they were split up. Now, what I'm gonna show you is on this picture right here, you see the red, white, and blue, and you see 4 different squares. This is the actual symbol of the Powhatan, of the Powhatan ceremony. How do I know that? Because when you go and look at a photo of the Powhatan, which is what I'm gonna show you right here on the screen, If you look closely on the back of the man who's holding the backpack box on his back, you see the same X. And this particular photo is from a Powhatan ceremony, right? This is from the Powhatan ceremony. He's in ceremonial gear. And if you notice on the back of that box, you can see the same X as you see on the Confederate flag that I just showed you that was in red, white, and blue. Okay, so you got to notice that these are black and white renditions. That doesn't mean that that box that he's holding wasn't red, white, and blue as well. They're not giving you that in descriptive fashion. We know color was still in effect. Okay, that's the same symbol that you see on the back, right? This is the Powhatan glyph. This is their symbol. Okay. You can find this in Mexico symbol. You can find this throughout all America. If y'all with me, drop them fire emojis, man. We getting it, man. Let's get it. We ain't done. We kicking.
And they are encrypted and coded in Masonic lore, hidden in political science, and hidden in history. This circle of 13 represents those initial 13 indigenous jurisdictions who did something important. They gave Charles Thompson and all the other groups of white people the ability to expatriate from Great Britain. Charles Thompson was given a name. I put the name in my book. I ain't even gonna say what it was. John Hancock was given an indigenous name. They went through ceremony to become citizens of indigenous jurisdictions. This is why the Declaration of Independence in the original document is lost. They don't want you to know that on July 2nd.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. This is 11:11 on the East Coast right now. If you're on Eastern Standard Time, it just changed. But hey, we got to put that manifest in the air.
1776, the only signatures that could legally go on this document were two. They don't want you to know that on July 2nd, 1776, the only signatures that could legally go on this document were two.
June 2nd, 1776. The two that needed to sign this expatriation independence letter declaration, there was two people that can only significantly sign it. We're going to get into that. Let's get it.
Now this is going to review your whole idea of slavery. Because I'm telling you that what happened was genocide and denationalization. It was not slavery.
That's why they look at us crazy, because we say slavery didn't happen or slavery didn't exist or it wasn't like you said it was. It was genocide, an act of war, and denationalization. They denationalized us from our proper standing. See, y'all don't even understand that this government ain't even their government. This is our shit that they're using. Man, you don't even know, man. It's like a nigga that steal your motherfucking bike out the yard. It's your bike, but they using it. You don't even know where he at. The motherfucker riding around, they picking up groceries, fuck around doing Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying? Listen, that's what's going on in America. It's our shit. Man, there's some shit, man. Drop that fire emojis in the chat, man, if y'all feeling this bill. Support the channel too, man. Cash out tags at the bottom right of the screen. Like I said, don't let my brother A. B. be the only one to support the channel, y'all. Let's get it.
Of slavery. Because I'm telling you that what happened was genocide and denationalization. It was not slavery. You have to stop saying you had ancestors that were slaves and start saying your ancestors' jurisdictions were toppled and they went through genocide. Those are the legal terms that put you in the framework to move towards remedy, to give you the understanding of what the remedy should be. So this circle of 13, this 13 in red and white stars, right?
I told y'all we was gonna come with that heat today. I told y'all every day this week I'm gonna come with that heat. As long as y'all here in large numbers, supporting the channel, sharing the live streams, hitting that like button, I'm gonna keep bringing that heat, man. We can't let these Rudy Pools bring that weak information they be coming with.
These represent 3 houses of masonry. I am not a mason, but I know what these colors represent. They represent Entered Apprentice, the second house, then the Blue Lodge. Entered Apprentice, Fellow Craft, and Master Mason. And in order to be a Master Mason, you had to be initiated into this history. The history of what does this 13, 13, 13, 13 represent? Why, when I pull out this dollar, listen.
The 13 colonies. What else? The 13 lines on the flag.
I don't teach this history like these cybermoors. I have to be very careful because I have a lot of people, and I've been doing this a long time, who try to make this what it's not. Go through all of them. All this, 13 olive branches, 13 arrows, 13 steps to the pyramid.
He's saying, look on the back of a dollar bill. Let's look on the back of a dollar bill, y'all. Let's look. Let's take the time out to look. Hold on. Big Al got a dollar somewhere. Let me look at this bitch. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. What we looking for? 13. Let's see. Y'all drop them fire emojis in the chat. Man, my screen sharing ain't working right now. It's fucked up, man. My computer be tweaking on phone now. All right, what we looking for? 13. Boom, it's 13 olive branches. 13 arrows in the eagle hand. So it's 13 branches on the olive branch. On the back of a dollar bill, if you look on the right side where the eagle is, he's holding 13 arrows and 13 branches. That's a fact. And it's 13 steps to the pyramid, he said. Now let's look over there. Let's count. All right, we got it. We lit. I just counted. Did y'all do it? Y'all over there doing it? Let me know if y'all over there doing it with me, man. We locked in. Let's get it. Let's continue. Let's run that back so we make sure we there.
All of this, 13 olive branches, 13 arrows, 13 steps to the pyramid. Pyramid? All you have to do is go watch the movie National Treasure, and it gives it.
Hey, for those that don't know, the reason the dollar bill, the pyramid is on the dollar bill. See, what y'all don't know is that's the White House. See, the White House is built on top of a pyramid. What you're looking at is the top part of the pyramid when you look at the White House. You go back and look at them original photos from when after it got burnt down and all that shit. And you go look at that field that motherfucking White House is standing in. That's an open, empty field, muddy field. And if you notice, it go up to a point. Up under that is the rest of the pyramid. Up under the White House is the rest of the pyramid. So when you look at the White House, you're looking at the tip, the eye, the all-seeing eye of the pyramid. That's what you're looking at. And when you go down, that's the rest of the pyramid. That's why they got all these bunkers and secret rooms and shit. That's the pyramid. That's the actual pyramid they operating out of. Y'all don't even see that shit. Y'all need to slow, man. I'm gonna break this shit down some more, man. Let's go.
Pyramid. All you have to do is go watch the movie National Treasure, and it gives it all up. The movie Hancock, it gives it all up. This 13 represents the initial 13 indigenous jurisdictions who had a confederation, and they were black people with hair like mine, genetics like some of them like mine. And so they no longer exist in those jurisdictions. How did they lose it and what happened? And why was July 4th chosen when July 2nd was the date that the documents were signed? July 4th was chosen because our people always leave a paper trail. People are we had some really smart people.
And the reason that pyramid was covered up like that and only the point was sticking out is because, of course, we know about what happened to the mud floods. Philadelphia has some of the most significant buildings that come with the mud flood. Like my brother Free Papu talking about the original. That he may be right. That pyramid may be one of the ones on Rittenhouse that you see. What building is they got? They got that masonry cathedral building off of Rittenhouse, and that may be even the point of the building of the old pyramid. A lot of this shit was covered up, man, during the mud flood. That's why you see shit like that. And if you go look back at the original pictures of that shit that they call the White House now today, that's a pyramid. You can see it where the mud covered that shit up.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, this flag was designed by a black scientist because the white people did not have the knowledge to know what to put into this flag. Did he not teach that? And he never elaborated. He never told you who the black scientist was. He never told you what the 13 stars and the 13 stripes really represent. He went into it partially. But on July 4th, 1930, this man is in Detroit, Michigan, teaching black people.
Talking about Fry Muhammad.
And I did not go to Saudi Arabia. I did not go to Haiti. I came to Detroit, Michigan.
Talking about Fry Muhammad.
Atmosphere was oscillating at 7.8 Schumann resonance.
Keep dropping that shit. Let's get it.
And know what my purpose, know what my design is. I was able to form my purpose, because you don't get a purpose before you understand the design. You get the design and your purpose is molded from the design. Because you can have the best design in the world and grow up to be a goddamn peasant. Because you don't actualize what your design is. Your design is there, but the will, the desire, the work is not there. So your ass is not going to manifest it. You're going to be a fucking bum. And you're going to be a bum because you do not want to work. So they can laugh at our flag and honor if they want to. Laugh at that shit. You laughing at all the atoms in the fucking universe, bro. Because I didn't move that goddamn star here. I read it from Elijah Muhammad. Elijah Muhammad was taught by Master Fard Muhammad. Master Fard Muhammad studied for 42 years, Africa, Asia, the Americas. You think he didn't come across the Dogon system? Ain't no Hogan from the Dogon system came up to you and told you that the star that is the core of their tradition is in the damn sky. It was the nobody nigger from North America who did. The one who's looked down upon. The one who ain't shit, who want to sing and dance and run with a football. That's who did it. That's who did it. This is our discovery. I sent the press release to CNN, ABC, Fox News, every media outlet you can think of. I even sent it to the Final Call. I sent the discovery to the Final Call, certified mail return receipt. And I said, look, this is what the messenger talked about. It's up there now. You will never see this book in the Final Call. I'll let you meditate on why. In the universe, in your brain, when you're awake, your atmosphere was oscillating at 7.8 Schumann resonance. damn, bro, we missing 5.2 to even be classified as awake. The oxygen levels are so low. Your cellular respiration is not even functioning yet at a degree that would tell you how much power you have in your physical body. And it's the nitrogen in the soil, in the atmosphere, in the nitrogenous people. I learned from this man.
You showing Elijah Muhammad.
Are you kidding me?
Hey man, we got 155 people in here. Can we get some people to hit that like button? Hit that like button. Share the live stream, man. It's a lit live stream, man. Let's try to get 200 people in here, man. We already hit the hour marker. We just hit the hour marker on the live, and we ain't even got 200. And we ain't, and the likes ain't even up to 150. And we get 150 likes in the building, family. Let's get these likes up. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. This is the Wake and Bake Show, man. And this is your brother, Big Aboriginal Power, man. If y'all want to support the channel, make sure y'all hit that Cash App. Cash App tagged at the bottom right of the screen. The most important thing you can do to support the channel is hit the like button and share the live stream on all your social media outlets. Let's continue.
For years about the 4 different types of estrogen and the one that is lethal. It represents femininity. It represents nurturing. It represents planning the birth of your children and producing and giving birth to gods. Our history is literally written in the heavens, right? And so this Venus Earth catastrophe, deportation of the moon, all of those conversations that you want to talk about, it changed us. It changed us physically in some ways. And it's important for us to understand that because it has everything to do with the next biggest problem.
All right, man. So let's get into what we're about to get into. Shout out to Leonardo for the Cash App donation, supporting the channel. We appreciate all the support. Shout out to Leonardo and shout out to Dre Cobbs Music, man. He sent the Cash App donation as well. We appreciate the support, man. We appreciate all the support, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button out there as well, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. And shout out to Cocaine on the Wood Grain for the Cash App donation. He said, thanks for informing us. Hey, man, we all working informing the information as well. We all got some stuff to inform each other on. I'm just here to do my part, man. Shout out to you for being here to check it out, man. Shout out to Cocaine on the Wood Grain. We appreciate the Cash App donation as well. Shout out to Cocaine on the Wood Grain, Drake Cobbs, and Leonardo for the Cash App donation, man. Let's get
it. With the next biggest problem. And here's where my IG Live gets cut off, right? Because I'm dealing with a whole bunch of things. We are not going to get anywhere without reclaiming the divinity of heterosexuality and the original family. You're not going nowhere. And you're actually moving more away from it because more women want to be gay because of what's happening with men, social engineering. Yeah, we get it. But on a deeper level, we're not getting the remedy. The remedy is present, it's energized, it's activated. And at the core of your success is that, recognizing what it is to be a man in real time, what it is to be a woman in real time, how to make a man or a woman pre-conception.
going in. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let's get it.
Ass parent being afraid of their own little ass child. Imagine it. We don't want to hear no more rosy speeches. We don't want to even hear anything. What you want to hear? What you want to hear? Some people telling Ali, "Oh, you teaching nationality wrong." Y'all been throwing darts at me for years, right? Then when I said, "Well, bring me the Moorish scholar who can debate me," nobody stepped up but Lord Abba, and y'all saw what happened to him. No disrespect to him, because I think that the brother is intelligent. I actually think that he has good intentions, and I think that he wants his people free. But that day, he learned a great lesson. And what he learned is starting a church is not good enough. Starting a Moorish, because that's what the Moorish Science Temple of America is. It is a religious institution. Great. That's not going to solve your problem. You arguing with me about Negro, black, and colored is not going to solve your problem. You can go all day with that dumb shit. It's not going to solve your problem. You repeating what Taj Tariq Bey said, "Oh, the Moors founded the Constitution." Bullshit. The Moors wrote the Constitution. Bullshit. Show us. I'm giving you the details of what they talk about real spooky, like it's the goddamn Moorish Twilight Zone. And y'all coming, y'all attacking y'all people. And y'all don't know shit. I'm sorry, you don't know nothing. You sound stupid to somebody who knows something. But we don't always say something. And yes, Noble Drew Ali lied. I don't care how mad you get. Because it doesn't matter. If Marcus Garvey would have lied, he lied. If Elijah Muhammad would have lied, we would have said he lied. Noble Drew Ali lied. He got his Moorish stance from the Moorish Zionist Temple of America, started in 1899. People were walking around calling themselves Moors in the 1800s, bro. People were talking about nationality since 1857. He didn't say he studied Edward Wilmot Blyden. He studied the Moorish Zionist Temple of America. He studied Suleiman, Dr. Abdul Suleiman. He said the great God Allah taught him. That could still be your teacher. He lied. I wrote a whole book called No More Lies. I'm bringing it out because I'm tired of you people. You are wasting my people's time. And it's not the fact that we should not be promulgating the fact that there was a grant given in 1786. It wasn't a treaty. I translated it, one of 3 translators. The word Moor does not appear in the original. And it was for the groups of people at the time who were Muslims who had an empire in West Africa, period. That's what it was. That's what it was, bro. And those people who had an empire in West Africa interacted with Aboriginals here to the degree that they controlled the currency that the treaties that I'm talking about were made in. This is where we go way deep. Because in the 1758 treaty, it was stipulated that Europeans could not pass the Appalachians. And in the 1786 treaty, that same language from the 1758 treaty over here in the West was put in because everybody knew that Europeans were supposed to stay on the eastern seaboard in their little colonies or republics. Everybody knew that. The currency in Mesoamerica was the real, and it was controlled by the emperor of the Islamic Empire who was interfacing with the Aboriginals here on this land. They destroyed the history of both. Now they got you worshiping Nigerian ancestors when these were the motherfuckers who put your ass on slave ships, the very few. It was only under 400,000 people who was brought. The rest of the millions of people were black people already here. I wrote books on this. So when you see early slaves who were writing in Arabic, those were Fulani who the Oyo Empire sold to the British, Portuguese, the Dutch. That Islamic Empire was the light of Africa. for over almost 1,000 years. And they fought against Arabs, Jews, and Africans. And these are primarily your ancestors in West Africa. That you have to understand the political motivation to put who on a slave ship. This is why when you look at all of them, they're all writing in Arabic in the early slave recounts. The treaty was not a treaty with Moors. The treaty was a grant by Muslims to allow Europeans to trade in the Mediterranean, to set up a way to protect Muslims with the new forming of the American government, to pay tribute. The United States of America paid tribute to black people here and black people there. Then they started stealing black people, and a whole war commenced. A whole war commenced. And the whole war since the late 1700s all the way through, even before then, but more so during this time, was about you. Civil War, Seminole War, Trail of Tears. We can just keep going. It was about you the whole time. Your identity, your political rights, who you were and are. And that's the unresolved problem in America. It's the unresolved problem. And we are here to bring resolution. We're here to bring resolution. You didn't rebut nothing. You didn't rebut nothing. I'm not even going to talk to you right now. If you want to set up a public dialogue, then let's do it. You can try to rebut me all you want. I respect the good that everybody does. So I respect the good that Noble Drew Ali did, but he lied. His name was Thomas Drew. He was in World War I. He went into Newark, New Jersey, and he studied with Abdul Suleiman. He was an Egyptian adept student. No fez, no mention of Moors while he was in Newark. He didn't start the Canaanite Temple. The Canaanite Temple was started by Abdul Suleiman. If not, prove me wrong. I got the articles. We got all the evidence. There was no Canaanite Temple started by Noble Drew Ali in 1913. It was a lie. And there are many other lies. There's plagiarism. His whole text was a plagiarism of somebody else's text, to the degree that the person who was expressing the white bosom of a white lady, he quoted it in the material. He didn't take it out. Noble Drew Ali's material talks about the white bosom, not the Moorish bosom. You say, oh, it means pure. White means purity, purity means God, and God means ruler of the land. I want you to run with that. Run with it. Run 1,000 miles with it. I got the stars in the heavens and all this history back in me. You got, if you say you started in 1913, you got 107 years and you ain't do shit. Line drawn. Hate me. Make a voodoo doll of me. It don't matter. I'm not attacking you. I'm attacking everything that is not in alignment with what the fuck is about to go down. So, you've been here 107 years and you ain't do nothing? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I'm smacking your goddamn fez off. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe, and I'm not an internet karate keyboard person. Up and down 125th Street, National Black Theater, Philly, whatever. Before YouTube, before Instagram, I was on the street saying the same shit. So don't act like, you know, I'm trying to style online. I don't know where the hell you were or whoever else is talking. Wherever you were doing what you were doing. I was in Philly, New York, DC, Detroit, and eventually now in the South. I grew up down here. So you can have your stance, and then here's the solution to it. Manifest something. Manifest some farms, some schools, some land, some institutions, some programmatic things that can help us heal and manifest that. Because you can't die of tuberculosis and say you got the cure for tuberculosis. You can't do that. You can't die on your death certificate of tuberculosis and then you say you sell medicines. That's like me out here. I'm saying Megaleaf can help you with fibroids and all that stuff or whatever, and I'm over here dying of cancer. And I'm telling you I can cure you of cancer. That's Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali said that he had medicines for tuberculosis and he died of it. It don't take away from the good that he did. But the Scimitar is out right now. I'm not even focusing on any of that. Because at this particular junction of time, it's meaningless to pander people about some whatever. It's meaningless. So yeah, do what you want to do, take the angle you want to take, and go work it. But we love black over here. We love black. We love it. And we got our own jurisdiction, our own law courses, our own flag. But over here, we love black. So over here, more means black to us. That's what it meant. The word more meant a descriptive physiological indication of a person. That's what it meant to us. So follow the etymology. And then, live how you want to live, bro. Nobody cares. Go do what you want to do. But I could go way deeper because if you keep talking, I'm gonna pull out the full sword on you, just because you're talking, and then we can set it up, set up the debate, the discussion, or whatever you want to do. That's my word. Everybody watching me, whoever this person is right here, commission, yeah, all that stuff. Tell him to set up the discussion. And the topic will be the legitimacy of the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. Let's do it. I'm at a time now where I am not even worried about people who think like this, because in my cachet of operations, nature has no mercy. Humans have mercy on each other, but nature has no mercy. I'm telling you, you're in a time where there will be no mercy. So just get your shit right. Get your shit accurate. Get your heart right. Get yourself right. Get your family right. Do those things. We're unconcerned about it. And the only thing that I see is this. It's cool. You can have whatever you want. If it's not about this, I'm not even going to pay attention to it. I'm not even going to give it any thought. I don't care about your religion. I don't care about any of that. You come talking to me about that, you can talk to somebody else. I'm uninterested. I'm interested in self-governing for my people, the survival of my people through a very difficult time, and the work on a daily basis to build institutions that make us autonomous. That's all I'm worried about. That's it. And so, you can worry about mystery gods. You can pray to mystery gods. You can wave somebody else's flag, the Moroccan flag. You can raise somebody else's flag. You could take somebody, take a national identity that is not even a national identity. It's a religious identity, and proclaim it's a national identity. You can do all of that. Do all that. I'm unconcerned about that. And so, this goes to all black leadership. All black leadership. Y'all been fucking with black people long enough, bro. Y'all been playing with them. And they gonna tear y'all asses up. And I pray that they do tear your asses up. Because if you're not here to help people build wealth within their own personal life and their own family's life and give them methodologies to protect themselves, and you just take and take and take and take and tape. Now the middle class is being wiped out, and you got extremely poor people and extremely rich. And if you're a black leader and you got to kill a snake to get on stage to talk to me, to put on your feet, I know you a coon ass nigga. I don't care what nobody says. You extra. You extra. I make the clothes that I'm wearing. Most of them. Thanks to Bully Graphics. We trying to teach women factory design, sewing, and how to make clothes. Like, we're not into all of this crazy shit. Imagine you over here in the West and you controlling the thought, the vibration of art and culture, and you screaming another white man's name, Gucci, Dior, Dior. That's cool. I actually like Pop Smoke, right? I like the artists. I coming at him sideways like that. But what I'm saying is, you got a white man's whole phallus in your mouth. You got enough money to make your own line. What is this gay white artist so attractive for? Why are they so attractive to you? You gotta wear a purse or put on a shirt that's after some homosexual who is anti-heterosexual, anti-black. And that's some big shit for you. You brag about that to other people. Shit, make the jewelry yourself. Come, shit. I would rather wear a Kevin Gates clothing line than Gucci. I rock the shit out of some Kevin Gates, whatever. I rock the shit out of some new shoes that come out that say they Tupac's rather than Nike. Should I rock the shit out of a Jigger jacket or something? You know what I mean? Like, this is ours. It's our culture. I don't got nothing Gucci in my house. I could go buy that shit right now if I want to. Fuck, I'm gonna go buy some weird ass nigga clothes for and be proud and think I'm better than the other man because I got it. Right, that's the homosexual tendency operating in you. And you say, well, you keep coming at homosexuals because it's unnatural. Y'all give me First Amendment rights, I got to say what I want. It's unnatural. It's a hormonal imbalance. It's caused by a number of factors, and that the original design of life on the planet is heterosexuality, which is under attack by homosexuals. Take it or leave it. So I'm done. I'm done talking. I'm done sharing today. I talked about the eclipse. Get ready. I talked about what it means. I talked about the planets migrating to the 10th polarity and what it means to government on the earth, to personal responsibility. I talked about July 4th.
Man, we talked about all that, man. Matter of fact, it's going to be another eclipse coming up this year. There's going to be another eclipse. I remember the eclipse that happened in, what was it, 2016, 15, 14? Something like that. Well, there's going to be another one this year. I don't know why they ain't been talking about it, but they're supposed to be here. A lot of special things happen on them days. Hey, man, if y'all enjoyed the bill, hit the like button. You know what I mean? Support the channel, man. Support the channel. Cash App tags at the bottom right of the screen. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Hit that like button. Y'all want to get a sneak peek? Y'all want to get a sneak peek of what I'm going to play for y'all tomorrow? Y'all want a sneak peek? If y'all want a sneak peek, drop a fire emoji. I give you about 6 minutes worth of clips. Hey, support the channel, man. You know I'm fucking with y'all. If y'all want to hear a sneak peek from tomorrow's show, drop a fire emoji, man. I'm about to fuck with y'all, man. We turning up. Support the channel too, man. Support the channel. Only see 2 fire emojis, so y'all want to see the sneak peek. Damn, fuck. Oh, I see a few in here now. I see a few in here. All right, y'all ready? Let's get it. Let's get it then, man. Support the channel, man. We about to turn up. About to give y'all a sneak peek of tomorrow's build. Benjamin Franklin is Benjamin Banneker. Let's get it, man.
Now, what do you mean our ancestors taught these people government? Which ancestors are you talking about? Some of the people who I just identified. The Wabanaki Confederacy is still in existence, and the people in it are not the original founders of it. Okay? Now, I'm going to read a few things for you to verify some of this history that deals with the initiation of Caucasians. Now, the Bible and Quran, as we have talked about before, deal with the legacy of an ancient people who are called Israel. Israel, the word Israel comes from the Egyptian word Osiris or Sare, Isra. That is the etymology and the origin of the word. It's found in 2 places, the Merenptah stele, which is a stele made in the 19th and 20th dynasties of Egypt, and in the pyramid text. But I want to read you some information from the people who were governing right prior to the Constitution under the Articles of Confederation. Everybody know what the Articles of Confederation is? Anybody know? Can somebody tell me what the Articles of Confederation are? Anybody know? Articles of Confederation. Okay. It was the document of government prior to the Constitution that was changed in order to make the present Constitution. It was enacted and operated from 1781 to 1786. And there were 8 presidents in that time period prior to George Washington. And a lot of people are saying that they were black, but they weren't. They were Irish, and they were a part of a secret society called the Rosicrucians. And the Rosicrucians were the Germans who came over into America during the time period that Pennsylvania was being settled by William Penn, and they settled right up in Germantown. This is where you get the history of Germantown in Pennsylvania from. But I'm bringing that up because one of the presidents, whose name was Elias Boudinot, wrote a book called A Star in the West. And he talked about the native people who were here and how they were the lost tribes of Israel. And he talked about how they had the Bible in America prior to the European. Now, this becomes very important because the so-called founding fathers who were under the Articles of Confederation have a secret connection to the Society of People. Now, you know, you're going to talk about secret societies and conspiracies. You hear about the Illuminati and all this stuff has become very popular. And people are just going all over the place with secret societies. But secret societies do rule your everyday affairs. Okay? But you have never known that there were black secret societies. You just hear about Rockefeller and Rothschild. But you haven't learned about your secret societies that have had impact on planetary changes. But this is what we're going to read about. Okay. And it has everything to do with the information about this lost tribes of Israel history and who the people were who taught the Rosicrucian Irish people who made the Declaration of Independence, founded the Articles of Confederation, and then later had their government taken over by another group of white people from England, George Washington being the head of that. All right? Okay. This is his quote. Again, the book is A Star in the West by Elias Boudinot. And his quote is, he's talking about the Lenape. or the Nanticoke Moors. It is said amongst their principal or beloved men that they have it handed down from their ancestors that the book which the white people have was once theirs. Now, the book that they're talking about is the Bible. Now, again, I'm telling you, the Bible is the history of the most ancient lineage on earth, which is this Moorish or Israelite history, a black history, or Israel, meaning the people of Osiris. Okay? It goes all the way back to ancient Nubia. All right? That while they had it, they prospered exceedingly. Talking about the history of the Bible. And the reason why I'm bringing this up also is because there was a European, Charles Thompson, who was the Secretary of Congress from 1774 to 1786. And he translated for the first time the original Septuagint, which is the Old Testament, right here in Philadelphia. And that translation that he has is completely different from your King James Version. There are specific verses that are missing. And he also knew that this lineage of people that he was translating the text about and that he had been initiated into right in Delaware were giving him information about a particular group of people who were here, who are being talked about by Mr. Elias Boudinot, the third president under the Articles of Confederation. So I'm trying to give you some context. That while they had it, they prospered exceedingly, but that the white people bought it from them and learned many things from it, while the natives lost their credit. Now, when did that happen? Most people do not know that the first time that the Old Testament was written down was in Egypt, 285 BC, under a pharaoh called Ptolemy Philadelphus. Now, it's interesting that you get this place named Philadelphia. 285 BC was the first time that the Bible was written down. Prior to that, there was no Bible except oral traditions. I know you don't believe that because you taught that Moses received the 5 books. That's a lie. You can verify it right in the Bible because he didn't write about his own death, which is recorded in Deuteronomy. Hebrew was not even a language when the biblical scholars say that Moses lived. And when we find out who Moses really was, then we understand where and why there's so much confusion. Because it's all related to this Moorish Israelite history going all the way back to Kemet. Am I confusing anyone? Okay, so the first time the Bible was written down is 285 BC under Ptolemy Philadelphus. And this was for the purpose of learning about a particular people in Egypt who had had their cartouches and history wiped out. And they are called the Amarna dynasty, 18th dynasty. And you find them mentioned in the Quran under Amran, the family of Amran, 3rd surah. Okay? And their lineage, as is recorded in the Bible and Quran, is Noah or Nu. After the so-called climatic destructions on earth, then it leads to Abraham and the seed of Abraham. Okay? Now, these people are real people. Right in Cairo Museum, if you are smart enough to get the information, which we have it in the book Reparations Equals War, they have Abraham's body. It is the best mummified and preserved body on earth. He has been mummified for 3,500 years. We'll go into detail further. Okay. So the white people bought it off them and learned many things from it while the Indians lost their credit. Offended the Great Spirit and suffered exceedingly from the neighboring nations, that the Great Spirit took pity on them and directed them to this country. So now what is being narrated is the movement of what I just showed you or talked about, the people of North Africa, the people of Kemet or Egypt, Tamaray, moving into West Africa, and then moving further into North, South, and Central America.
I'm going to end the video right there, man. I will be getting to the rest of the live stream. There's just a little clip throughout that's like in the middle of I mean, it's a clip. You will get to catch the full thing tomorrow, man. Make sure y'all tune in, support the channel, man. It's your brother Big Aboriginal Power. You better get ready to roll out, man. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Hit that like button, thumb up the video. You feel me? Hit that like button, thumb up the video. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all got to support the channel, man. Support the movement. Shout out to Craig for the Cash App donation. Shout out to Craig. Y'all don't let Craig be the only one to support Big Aboriginal Power today. We come with that heat every day this week. Make sure y'all support, man. With that being said, we out of here, man. Peace, love, and light to all the American Aborigines. Make sure y'all be safe out there. Make sure y'all stay aware, stay vigilant, stay dangerous. It's your brother Big Aboriginal Power. We out.
Suave on the track.
Whatever it takes. The alleyway.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me hear. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I put attention, all in my blood, all in my veins. They started with Perky, now that hair on them is veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with dealing, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I can't let them,